always an athlete. I played baseball, football, soccer, basketball. I started baseball when I was like 3, 4, and I won a World Series when I was 8 for the state. I played Dixie ball down here by Anderson Snow, and I played with that team. A lot of close friends. We won the Dixie there, and then we went to states in Bushnell, and then we played states there. We won states. We made it to the World Series in South Carolina, and I played with a lot of buddies I'm close with today. My friend Raymond, Brady, and just really playing at a high level for the first time was a great experience, and that itself was just really fun to experience. Going into my 6th grade year, I'm still playing baseball. I quit out soccer by this time. I'm playing basketball and track, and I'm super excited to play football. I'm introduced to it, and it was really exciting to play football for the first time. Fortunately, I played a game or two, and I ended up breaking my growth plate in my elbow. I couldn't play the rest of the season, and I was bummed at the time, but I was just ready to keep playing, get back healthy for next year. So 7th grade rolls around, and I'm just ready to get on the field, healing from my injury, and they tried me out at safety because we already had a quarterback at the time. So I'm playing safety, and I led my team challenger for interceptions for my team my 7th grade year. So that was what I did. Unfortunately, during my 8th grade year, it came around. That was the COVID year. We had a short season, but I still made the best of it. I was a captain of my team. I was ready to play quarterback and be a starting quarterback, and I still ended up having a good year. I love playing football in middle school. I was still a multi-sport athlete, so I'm still playing basketball. We won undefeated in my 8th grade year. It was really fun to get on the court, and I'm still playing baseball, playing around the state, and doing all the sports I could play. Going into my freshman year, it was a big change. So practices were a lot harder. Conditioning was a lot harder. We had to run a lot more, but I was really welcomed at Nature Coast where I went. All the seniors loved me. They talked to me. All the coaches liked me. I was pretty athletic, and I was the starting JV quarterback my freshman year, and it was a big experience, but I made the best out of it. Going into my sophomore year, it was a big jump from freshman to sophomore year. Being Coach John's my coach, telling me that you're going to be the starter this year, as I was the only really quarterback, and he believed in me and had faith in me. And he took us on a trip the summer before, all around the different camps. We went to Vanderbilt, Coastal Carolina, with like 10 other seniors, and I was the only sophomore there. And then going into the season of my sophomore year, I was super nervous, but I was really pumped up to play, and I was really excited to play with all the older guys, and we had a good year. Rolling into my junior year, after a good sophomore year, I had a coaching change. It was a big curveball thrown at us, and we didn't really have a coach for a few months. And then Kaz came in, and we connected right away, and made me excited for my junior year.
So when I got the job, it was basically the beginning of baseball season. So I didn't see much of him from a football standpoint, but I got to watch him play baseball, and obviously he's a very good-looking athlete as far as size and stature goes. So he fits the mold of what you want in a quarterback, that's for sure. And then the fact that he's got that cannon for an arm, it makes it only better. But as far as the academics and just the way that he carries himself, he's the total package, and that was what was most exciting about inheriting Jackson. It's not like I developed him or anything. He was the man already, so it's it's kind of a gift. So he's a great kid to work with.
One of the biggest games of my junior year was a rivalry game against Hernando. I had a really long run for a touchdown and a good fade ball for another touchdown to a teammate Donovan, and it's always good to win those rivalry games and come out with a W. Wrapping up my junior year, we had a good season. We ended up 8-3 against a pretty hard schedule, and I'm pretty proud of my stats as well. All 3 of our receivers led the county in receiving yards, so that's something to be proud of.
One of the things that Jackson allows you to do is kind of build an offense, a true dual threat offense. We got a lot of speed that's coming up around him and that we're able to distribute the ball to, but at the same time, he's a threat to run at all times too. So, it allows us to run the zone read stuff, some direct quarterback runs and get them out on the edge, throwing the ball out to some guys with speed. So that's something that we're looking at doing this year, continuing to try to be more dynamic. It was in the game plan last year, and those receivers was very young last year, but now they've all had time to come up and grow together. And I think we saw that last week. We were distributing the ball everywhere. We had some young guys that we brought in and played, and we're looking to do some special things this year.
Honestly, I can't believe I'm a senior. It's come super fast, and my team goals are, I hope we go undefeated. I think we have the ability to. We have a lot of talent on our team. And my personal goal, I hope we could throw more than we have in the past for 1,500 yards maybe, and just win as many games as we can.
Jackson being a two-sport athlete, specifically with baseball and football, it's an intriguing dynamic, just because of the way that the off-season overlaps, when usually, in Florida, especially with the 7-on-7 stuff and off-season training that goes along with that, he's locked into baseball for that time period. So, you don't have him for a long period of time, but he's out there working, doing his thing, and that's his big ticket right there is baseball. So you can't fault him for that. So it presents some challenges. Jackson's an above-average athlete in every way. So if there's a kid that you want to make those adjustments, he's the one because he can handle it mentally and physically. And it's a short period of time to get him back in the tune of things, but he makes it happen.
Now that I'm a senior, I love the fact I'm playing multiple sports. I have played multiple sports. I've talked about football already. I played basketball all the way up until my sophomore year, and I'm a pitcher for baseball. That's the sport I love the most, and I'm committed to Florida to pitch and play baseball. What I really love about baseball is the process. I love the process of baseball, the practicing, the grind, all of it. And I love striking kids out, and I love having big hits and big moment games.
Jackson gets it done off the field too. He's one of the top students in the school with a 4-point-plus GPA. I don't even know what it's up to these days, but he's done phenomenally academically, and that set him up to take all college classes this year. And I know he's going to probably get straight A's in those too, because just his work ethic and how he carries himself. Like I've said many times, he's just a phenomenal, well-rounded young man.
A lot of people know I'm a good athlete, but a lot of people don't know I put a lot of effort into the classroom. I have a 4.3 GPA. And I am in dual enrollment. I'll graduate high school with my AA. I'm going to Florida. I'm committed there to play baseball, but I'm also interested to go there to work on a finance degree. I'm really good with math, and I love working with math, and I hope I could get a finance degree there at Florida. One of the coaches who influenced me the most, Mike Bergantino, he really influenced me in how to be an athlete and how to not be a quitter and how to keep going no matter what. If things are not going your way or if they're going really good, to stay humble and keep working. In regards to football, Coach Johns is the coach who really made me fall in love with football and wanting to keep playing football no matter how good or how big I got into baseball. And he was the reason why I keep playing to this day, because he really gave me the love for the sport. When it comes to family, I want to give my biggest thanks to my dad. He's been my biggest motivator since I was a little kid. There's been instances where he would force me to go to practice at 8 in the morning on Sunday and go to the field and make me practice until I start crying. And he deals with everything, whether it's with my commitment or with major league teams or anything that comes my way. One of the things that's going to stick with me forever with me and my dad is our pregame ritual and the things that he says to me before games, and that's something that's always going to stick with me forever.
He's a really exciting kid to follow because, he's got so many things going on. He goes to these all-star tryouts, he goes to these showcases and stuff during the summer and continues to build his stock. And, this year's going to be exciting because he goes from football to baseball, and then, we see if he gets drafted or not, what's going to go on. He's already committed to the Gators, so, that's a big deal playing in the SEC. So, the sky's the limit for him, man, and he's gotten bigger and stronger the whole time that that I've been around him, coaching him. So, this year is going to be big, and I think he's really going to turn a lot of heads and make some noise.
I'm excited for my senior year, and I'm ready for what the future has for me.